U.S. universities are becoming much more amenable and porous to the notion of working with industry. You know, we've sort of been isolated in the past and built the walls around the university. Those are opening up now. We're doing a much better job. We don't quite understand each other quite yet, but we're getting there, and we need to work on it, because I think this can be enormously helpful as we move this needle forward.
I love the fact that the students in our program come with very different backgrounds and very different personalities. So you have some folks that are really eager to go out and start new companies. They really want to try some really far-reaching technologies. And so we've placed students at companies that are startup firms, that are, you know, being funded by venture capitalists. On the other hand, you've got companies, you've got students that are very, you know, they really want to be part of the large-scale efforts, these large-scale manufacturing schemes. So of course we still send many of our students to the major automotive manufacturers, both the domestics and the internationals. You know, we have a strong presence at Toyota, Honda, General Motors, Ford, you know, all the key players. And we have the suppliers, where you can have enabling technologies, where we're sending students to do, for example, you look at the dramatic change in diesel fuel injector technologies. The way those have changed to improve fuel economy has been huge in the past 5 years. So, you know, they've had all these great chances to do whatever fits what you want to do if you want to work for the, you know, really much more secure, still believe that, you know, bigger companies, much more secure in terms of job opportunities. Or if you want to go out there and try new things, the degrees really fit any of those chances, any of those paths.
It was clear to me in my discussions with auto companies and with grid companies and with portable companies in advance of launching the program that they didn't have the people who had the intrinsic knowledge of the other domain spaces to be able to execute. There weren't enough people in power companies, for example, who understood anything about vehicles. There weren't enough people in auto companies that understood anything about power companies. And these kinds of undeveloped interfaces were really a barrier to seeing paradigm changes like electrification of the vehicle, down to details like what should be the shape of the plug, or what is the correct amperage on the system, or what is a cost model that makes sense so that the grid companies can offer a profitable way of offering electricity to people who decide to run their cars on electricity. So these kinds of questions can be answered technically, but in reality, in order to see programs get built, in order to see new technologies get profitable, you need a large number of people to execute, and you need a large number of people who understand domains outside the traditional domains. So a big part of the program is in making sure these students get to know each other, because it was my hope, and it remains my hope, and I've been gratified to see some of this happen already, that these students will have bat phones on their desk and call each other when they have problems. And so there'll be ESE graduates, and there are now, at the power companies and at the auto companies, who call each other and say, hey, I have a question about this, or I have a problem with this, and not only rely on what they learned at the university, but also rely on their network to be able to collaborate and make sure some of these technologies get durable.
This latest initiative builds on a rich collaborative relationship that our two institutions have enjoyed for over 50 years. It's a partnership that's yielded numerous joint patents and research publications. In the last 9 years alone, GM and the University of Michigan have worked together on nearly 100 different projects. We currently have 3 joint collaborative research laboratories on campus. And in February, to supplement GM's advanced battery activities, we announced our ABCD initiative, a joint advanced battery coalition for drivetrains. Collaborations like this are critical. No single company, no single university, and certainly no single government agency can act on its own to successfully address both the growing worldwide demand for energy as well as the ever more stringent environmental requirements.
Through this institute, General Motors and the university will develop the knowledge needed to transform the automotive industry and also develop the next generation high-efficiency vehicles powered by diverse energy sources. Institute laboratories support the university's research, educational, and service missions. University faculty and students work together with General Motors researchers on real-world research projects. Through novel curriculum, such as the Energy Systems Master's Engineering Program, and internships, students are educated in the latest developments in automotive technology. And the outcomes of this partnership will be new discoveries and innovative practices that will serve our state as well as contribute to the future successes of this critical industry.
University of Michigan has a very important advantage over many other universities in the sense that we are close to many of the OEMs and suppliers working on related areas. Whenever we have questions and we need someone to discuss, we can readily go to people working at General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, Toyota, you name it. Many of the top technical centers of car companies and suppliers are located in the Detroit metro area.
Michigan engineers are more than prepared for the future.
Michigan engineers are more than prepared for the future.
Michigan engineers are more than prepared for the future.